Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, I'm Chris the Don One, and I am back with another video. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Something was going on with my phone about this report, but breaking news. Carmelo Anthony, it seems like the New York Knicks as an organization is willing to trade Carmelo Anthony. Now, the latest rumor, and this is a trade that the New York Knicks as an organization has turned down twice, is Ryan Anderson straight up for Carmelo Anthony. Now, Ryan Anderson has 3 more years on his contract, $20 million per. He's 29 years old. He's a little younger than Carmelo Anthony. But the sticking point with this deal is the New York Knicks really don't want Ryan Anderson in the worst way. Excuse me. Basically, they want draft picks as well as cap room and money, and that's the deal that they're looking for ultimately to release Carmelo Anthony to whatever team, whatever destination that he wants to choose, which is only 2. The Houston Rockets as well as the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers pretty much can't really offer anything for Carmelo Anthony, and the best case scenario for their situation is somehow, some way, Carmelo Anthony is pretty much let go, released by the New York Knicks. Phil Jackson was in the process of doing that, and that's the main reasoning why Phil Jackson is no longer president of operations of the New York Knicks organization. James Dolan, basically, in a nutshell, he was not having that. Okay, so basically, that's the reason why Phil Jackson is no longer president of operations. But between the 2 teams, it looked like it's a very possibility. I mean, it's very possible for the New York Knicks to land Carmelo Anthony with the Houston Rockets, and they either get Ryan Anderson, or they're hoping that the Rockets will just sweeten the deal a little bit, maybe offer Ryan Anderson and maybe a draft pick and next year's NBA draft, or a future NBA draft pick later on down the road. That's something that the New York Knicks as an organization is willing to stomach. Now, Joakim Noah is still under contract, and most likely the best case scenario for Joakim Noah is to basically just release him. There's not a lot of teams that are willing to take Joakim Noah as well as his huge salary. He has a lot of years on that contract, and in best case scenario, I just do not see that deal materializing. Okay, so in best case scenario, Joakim Noah could be let go of sometime in the middle of the season, or maybe in the beginning of the season, and they rather just pay him to go home. As far as Carmelo Anthony is concerned, they feel like they can get some type of assets for Carmelo Anthony. And out of the 2 teams, if I was a betting man, I would choose the Houston Rockets over the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the best case scenario for the Cleveland Cavaliers to get Carmelo Anthony is that if the New York Knicks organization, James Dolan, just sort of release Carmelo Anthony and just wipe their hands away from the situation. All right. Now, what does this mean if he lands with the Houston Rockets? How ultimately this is going to work when you're dealing with Carmelo Anthony, as well as James Harden, as well as Chris Paul. Those are ball-dominant players. They're ISO players. They need the ball in the worst way. They're not going to be players like the Golden State Warriors. They're not going to be that type of group of players where they can play off of the ball. Chris Paul, James Harden, as well as Carmelo Anthony, they're ball-dominated players. They're ISO players. Now, can they coincide and work together? Yes, due to the experiences that these guys have playing with each other on the Olympic level. That's what a lot of people are saying, how this may ultimately work. Now, if James Harden as well as Carmelo Anthony trust the process with Chris Paul and allow Chris Paul to put those players in the best situations, then that could be something very special later on down the road. With chemistry, if they hurry up and make this deal, they will have time to gel with one another during summer leagues as well as preseason. I'm not saying that these three players are going to play in the summer leagues, but these three players can play a couple of summer games with one another just to get the feel of each other, and then play preseason and then the regular season. And I think with both of these, with all three of these players, their mindset is going to be at the position of, we have to make this work. Therefore, we're going to have to basically in a nutshell, they're all going to have limited bases with the ball. Okay, so that's pretty much what's been going down. I informed you guys this morning. David Griffin turned down the role for GM for the New York Knicks. I told you guys why he turned down the role. He's just got better deals, and let's just face facts and face reality. Next year, that summer, a lot of these prime time players like Chris Paul, LeBron James, these big time players are going to become free agents, as well as Dwayne Wade. And David Griffin could be that type of GM that LeBron James wouldn't mind playing for again. Okay, so David Griffin could just take the year off, be an announcer for ESPN, and just lay back on that type of career, and then become a GM next summer. All right, or in the middle of next year. All right, so it is what it is as far as what's been going on, what's been transpiring. That's the best case scenario deal. That's the best deal the New York Knicks gotten for Carmelo Anthony. Now, for those out there who don't remember, the Clippers were interested in Carmelo Anthony, and the huge sticking point why that deal didn't come across was Doc Rivers was unwilling to let go of certain players, including his own son, and he waited too long, and basically the New York Knicks said, okay, we're going to pull this offer off the table. Okay, so this is clearly the best deal that they're going to ever get from Carmelo Anthony. They're not going to get any better deal for Carmelo Anthony when you're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please, notification gang in the building. Hit that notification icon, that notification bell, so it'll let you know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I am out. Whew.